You are watching Codexum. Signal archive. The fragments remain. On a crisp autumn evening in 1883, people across several continents raised their eyes to the sky and gasped. The moon, usually silver, pale, familiar, shone in a deep cerulean glow, as though someone had dipped it into blue paint and hung it above the world. It was not a dream, nor a myth, nor an artist's exaggeration. It was real. A night when the moon turned blue. The phrase, "once in a blue moon," has danced through folklore for centuries, often meaning something rare, unbelievable, or nearly impossible. But history records moments when the moon truly did turn blue. Strange nights when the sky changed color, cities dimmed their lights to stare upward, and whispers spread that the heavens were sending a message. Tonight, we return to the most famous of those nights. A world bathed in blue. The year was 1883. Civilizations on every continent were advancing. Railroads expanding, telegraphs humming, and science reaching new heights of discovery. But despite the technological progress, people still lived close to the rhythms of nature. The tides, the stars, the moon. That's why the event felt so unsettling. When the moon changed color, it wasn't just a curiosity, it was a rupture in the familiar order. Witnesses in India, Australia, South Africa, Europe, and parts of North America all described the same thing. A moon, the color of cold flame. Letters from the time described crowds gathering on rooftops, villagers lighting lanterns and pointing upward, astronomers adjusting their brass telescopes again and again. Believing something must be wrong with the glass, many swore the moon looked almost sapphire. Others described it pale, icy blue. A few insisted it changed shades from turquoise to steel blue. As clouds drifted across its surface, superstition spread quickly. Some feared it was a sign of approaching war. Others believed it heralded a shift in seasons, and a few whispered about celestial omens. In universities and observatories, scientists who scrambled for answers. They compared reports, analyzed sketches, and attempted to measure unusual wavelengths of light. But at first, nothing made sense. The moon had not altered its surface. Stars still twinkled in normal patterns. Even the sun looked unchanged. Something in Earth's atmosphere was bending the world's perception. But months later, as global winds carried news of an event from the opposite side of the planet, scientists finally caught the thread of truth. On August 27, 1883, the volcano Krakatoa erupted with a force never before recorded in human history. The explosion was heard nearly 3,000 miles away. The atmosphere shook, oceans surged, and ash was launched more than 80 kilometers into the sky. That ash, fine, dense, and extraordinarily reflective, spread across the globe, and among its strange effects was the blue moon. Most volcanic ash simply darkens the sky, but Krakatoa's particles were unique, small enough to scatter red light, yet large enough to let blue light pass through. So when moonlight filtered through the ash, red wavelengths disappeared, leaving the blue behind. It wasn't magic. It wasn't a sign. It was the atmosphere turning into a giant blue lens. For nearly 2 years after the eruption, towns and villages around the world witnessed strange lights in the night sky. Blue moons, green suns, violet halos. Sunsets so red they looked like burning horizons. Journalists wrote about the ghostly colors that spread across the sky. Artists attempted to capture the scenes, but failed. The hues were unlike anything they had seen before. Even animals reacted strangely. Birds paused during flights. Dogs howled at oddly tinted sunsets. And farmers reported confused roosters crowing long before dawn. The world felt off balance. A diary from a sailor returning to Scotland reads, "The moon rose tonight in a shade of dark ice." The deck crew fell silent, and even the waves seemed quieter. The light did not feel cold, just different, as though the world were dreaming with its eyes open. In India, observers described the moon as a lantern dipped in blue glass. South African letters mention a calm, blue fire hanging over the horizon. Each description added another thread to the tapestry of that extraordinary year. The blue moon did more than color the sky. It changed shadows. They appeared softer, almost washed out, as if someone had diluted the darkness. Reflections on lake surfaces took on a shimmering teal glow. Snow in colder regions looked faintly luminous at night, and lanterns held up toward the moon cast a surprising bluish tint on stone streets. Artists later called it the night of borrowed light. People understood that unusual skies could signal danger, so the blue moon stirred emotions. Awe, fear, anticipation. Some felt small beneath the strange sky. Others felt exhilarated, as though the universe had opened a door for a moment and let humanity peek through. When the color returned to normal, many wrote that the world felt strangely empty afterward, as though something extraordinary had quietly slipped away. Modern scientists now know that only a specific combination of ash particle size, density, altitude, and moisture can produce a truly blue moon. It's incredibly rare, not just a saying, but an atmospheric coincidence that requires a perfect alignment of physical conditions. No digital simulation has fully recreated the phenomenon. Not yet, which means the people of 1883 saw something we may never see again in our lifetimes. The blue moon stands as a reminder that our world is still capable of surprising us, that even in an age of scientific instruments and satellites, nature can shift its colors in ways that defy expectation. We often think the sky is permanent, but the truth is, it is endlessly changing, only waiting for the right moment to rewrite itself in a new shade. Imagine it again. A full moon rising slowly, but instead of white, it glows in a luminous blue, casting a calm, surreal shimmer across fields, streets, and oceans. The world beneath it pauses. For one night, the ordinary becomes extraordinary. The familiar becomes strange, and the sky, usually a silent witness, becomes the storyteller. When the last traces of volcanic ash drifted away, the blue moon faded with it. A fleeting visitor, leaving only memories, diary pages, and whispered but perhaps that is why people still speak of it. Not as a warning or a miracle, but as proof that the universe still holds secrets that reveal themselves only in rare, quiet moments. So, tonight, if you walk under a clear sky, take a moment to look up. The moon may appear familiar, but remember that once, in a world without satellites, without neon lights, without the noise of engines, the moon glowed blue, and somewhere above the clouds, the atmosphere still remembers how to change the color of the night, fade out. This is Codexum, where anomalies are documented, not explained.